Hello everybody, welcome to the latest edition of the NANTICOKE Newsroom with Bob Kalinowski and my co-host, who's feeling better, Jack the Cat. As a lot of you saw, I posted on Facebook a concerning Facebook message recently about Jack's health. Jack took a turn for the worse one day. He's a nonverbal cat ever. He was moaning and crying all day. He wouldn't walk, he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't pee, he wouldn't poop. Something was wrong. I posted a concerning message on Facebook, and I got a lot of great responses from you all that you love your lovable co-host and were concerned about him. My sister took Jack to the ER, and after tons of tests, blood tests, CAT scans, everything, they basically said, everything's normal, we don't know what's wrong with him, he's a little overweight. So, that's probably a $1,000 bummer, but, you do what you do to take care of your beloved feline family. So, I asked Dr. Cathio, a good friend of mine, and a lot of you people were saying maybe urinary tract infection, so that was the route we sort of were leaning until Dr. Cathio said if tests are coming back all good, and I showed a lot of vet techs the test results, they said, I don't know. So he said, I'm thinking neuro or ortho, and he's like, I can't even help you. Go to Cornell or Penn. So we tried to get an appointment with Cornell. It was 2 months backed up. All of a sudden at the last minute yesterday, appointment opened up, so me and Jack went on a road trip to Cornell today. Almost 3 hours there and 3 hours back. He's not used to being the star of the show right now. Okay, I had to pause that for a second. Jack needed to exit stage right. I think he wanted to go lay down in his bed, his cat bed. He had a long day. So we went to Cornell, like I said. We got a last minute appointment, and they were as advertised, prompt and professional. And the neurologist that looked at Jack said she thinks it's a minor ortho issue, possibly a bulging disc, pinched nerve, and maybe a pulled muscle. She's like, I'm not even recommending an MRI right now, and let's just give him some meds. So Jack got some gabapentin, and we're going to give that to him later, but he's doing a lot better than he was when I put that concerning Facebook post out. So NANTICOKE's favorite cat is doing better, and I'll keep you posted. So, like I said, we were in Cornell, Division I University today in the middle of New York, and what was so interesting about this campus, it was all like hills and valleys all over. You have to walk up to class like forever and ever and ever and ever in some parts, depending on where you live. So I actually Googled Cornell and hills, and like that literally is their motto on their website. Life on the hill at Cornell. So I joked to my friends afterwards, I'm like, well, they should more so advertise it if you want to walk your butt off up a hill going to class every day, or roll your butt down a hill drunk on the weekends, come to Cornell. So on the drive home from Cornell, I spotted a sign that said, NANTICOKE, this way. So of course, little diversion, the scenic route, and I ended up in Nanticoke, New York. And Nanticoke, New York is basically farm town in the middle of nowhere. I looked at their website just now and it says the biggest little town in Broome County. Well, it's not that big, so they must have a lot of small little towns in Broome County as well. So while I was there, I figured I'd sightsee, and there's not much to sightsee about. So I visited Nanticoke Lake. A couple of my friends asked me if I caught any salmon, but I didn't have time to fish. And they must be very religious there. There was the Nanticoke Baptist Church, and I think the biggest thing in Nanticoke, New York is the Nanticoke United Methodist Church. So I even visited Nanticoke Road, and I think there's another old Nanticoke Road there is too. So like, it's if you ever driving to Cornell or through the middle of New York and had a few minutes, visit Nanticoke, New York. All right, what was the big news this week in town? The Nanticoke versus Dunmore girls basketball game that did not happen. I guess there was a COVID outbreak at Dunmore, and the Nanticoke girls didn't want to play. Their families didn't want them to play, or they didn't want to infect their families, and Nanticoke decided they weren't going to play. Then Nanticoke decided, we're going to go up and protest on game day, but not go in the gym and not play. The PIAA initially said, Nanticoke has to forfeit, Dunmore wins. And then all of a sudden, advances in the playoffs. Sucks for both schools, sucks for every girl involved. And I think everyone was hoping it could have been postponed. I don't know. But that's what happened. And in the middle of all this, the night before the game, I get a call, urgent, call me back. Okay. Hey, Bob, you're on speakerphone from the Nanticoke school board meeting. There's like 300 people here and they're all pissed off about this. Get up here now. And I wasn't touching that with a 10-foot pole. I called my editor. I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with a controversy like this with all my friends that are calling me and need my help. I didn't go, and I guess they put enough pressure on Dunmore, and Nanticoke advances. But that was a crazy story that should have made SportsCenter this week. One thing about today is my good friend, one of my best friends, Rick Tennyson, who hails from Shaytown, turned 40 today. All my friends that I graduated with are turning 40. So that's a thing I have to look forward to in August. But guess what? When you're in that predicament, when you're one of the younger guys in your grade, you know what the cool thing about it is? When you're August, September baby in your grade, you get the extra year of Little League. So I got the extra year of Little League. All my friends already advanced to Senior League, and I got the extra year of Little League. When us, the PAL Police Athletic League team, were the Little League champions. Probably the highlight of my life. Peaked at age 12. Could you imagine that? So what else happened? We had a wild car chase from Wilkes-Barre to Wanami. And it went, obviously, through Hanover, Sansui Parkway. Main Street in Nanticoke. Hops a curb by Burger King. Goes through Burger King parking lot. Goes through the grass. Back on the West Main Street in Nanticoke. Hauls ass through Newport Township, through Wanami, and crashes by the old Savitsky's Edge. 4 juveniles in the car. And a 19-year-old driver arrested after he tried to flee on foot and lost his shoes in a murky yard, a dirty yard, and he lost his shoes and he got caught because he was shoeless in a dirty yard. And what else was happening? There was the man who was allegedly making Fruity Pebbles marijuana bars on Robert Street in Shaytown. And what happened there is they had a big drug raid and all the stuff got seized. So, and that man was arrested. And that's like 3 Shaytown references in a row, or Newport. So this might be turning into the Newport Township newsroom, at least today. And what else is going on? No, it's been really cool recently. I don't know if you, I'm one of these episodes, I did a video about my great Aunt Marge turning 95, and we had a little birthday parade for her. And it started to take off, and like, what's going on in the water in Nanticoke and Newport? We had 2 birthday parades in the last week. Jack came back up, he walked up here, maybe he had to go to the bathroom. We had 2 birthday parades this last week, one for Helen Wilkes, who turned 105 on Robert Street in Shaytown, and they had a birthday parade past her house. It was a cold little morning, but she put on her jacket and sat on her porch and smiled ear to ear. She's doing in great shape for 105, so salute to Helen Wilkes. And let me tell you something funny about the trip to Cornell that I forgot, but Jack is right here sniffing this little towel, and it makes me remind me of this story. So we took Jack to Cornell, and he was great the whole ride in the car, didn't cry. We didn't even have him in his crate. So we take him in this crate to Cornell and deliver him. So on the way back, Jack is in his crate with this towel that Cornell obviously donated. So we get a free towel from Cornell. They wouldn't even have, a 5-star hotel wouldn't even let you get away with a towel out of their place. And so we get a free towel from Cornell because they wanted Jack to be comfortable. Little does they know, Jack has like this 5-star luxurious cat chair in the back seat of my car that he gets to lay in when he's driving. So that's what the people at Cornell, they thought we put Jack in a little crate with no padding, and he had a little 5-star cat chair the whole time. So back to the birthday parades. We had a really cool one in Nanticoke this weekend for Celia Simmons of Market Street, Nanticoke. She turned 100 and they had a huge crowd for her. And Dave Sherbanko had some really cool pictures of this one. She turned 100, like I said, and she looked very happy too and beautiful. So we're just gonna close the show with a couple pictures from Dave Sherbanko from this momentous occasion in Nanticoke. I'll keep you posted on Jack. Since Jack's not sitting on this, I wasn't gonna rip it off him because today, but you know how the show closes. Anna, take it away.
Stay it's safe out there.